So out checking on the garden. Got okra that's about ready to be picked. There's some more there. What else? Some there. Anyway, for some reason that reminded me of an old Charity Hospital story. So back in the day, Charity Hospital kind of served as everything for that patient population, even hospice care, because that really didn't exist in that population at that time. And it was not uncommon for patients to come to Charity Hospital to die. Basically, it happened pretty regularly. Anyway, so we had a little old lady who was admitted to our service when her family basically dropped her off at the door to die. She had metastatic cancer and she was bedridden, and she basically quit speaking, quit eating and drinking. So we knew she was about to die. We put her in the hospital. And in those days, we still had wards. So each ward had like 20 beds on it. And in theory, there was one nurse aide at night who was responsible for the entire ward. And they were supposed to come by and do vital signs every 4 hours and, bring them food trays, or somebody brought them food trays, I don't know who, and check on them, basically. So anyway, one Monday morning, we came in, 7 in the morning, whatever it was, and our little old lady patient had died sometime during the night. She was cold, so it had been a while. At any rate, we decided we're going to try something here. Myself, one of the senior residents, a couple others. I was an intern. So we wrote a little note on a piece of paper that said, "I died at 7 a.m. Monday morning," or something like that. And we put it in the lady's hand. We folded her hand up around it. And then we went on to clinic to see how long it would take before somebody realized that she was dead. When we didn't hear anything, we came back at lunch, and her lunch tray was there, untouched, of course. And the vital signs were recorded as being pulse of 100, blood pressure of 120/80, respirations 20 or something like that. We didn't hear anything that afternoon. Next morning, we come in, and her vitals were recorded very faithfully every 4 hours. And they were exactly the same every time. They would come and take away one tray, and they would bring her another at the right time. So she had a dinner tray, and when we got there, she had her breakfast tray, all untouched. Anyway, still didn't hear anything, so we go back to clinic. This is Tuesday now, so it's been 27 or so hours. And during clinic, we get a frantic call. Our beepers all go off at once. There's a code on our floor in the hospital. We kind of suspect what it is, so we run back over there. And yes, indeed, the little old lady who's been dead for at least 27 hours is being resuscitated by the code team with the charge nurse in charge of the floor in the middle of it. And our senior resident jumps in the middle of them and says, "Wait a minute, I think she's trying to tell us something." And he runs in, opens up her hand, takes the note out, and hands it to the charge nurse, and she reads it, and she got just so mad, and crumpled it up, threw it on the floor, and walked away. And the code team, not knowing what was going on, just packed up and left. We didn't hear anything until that afternoon. We got a call from administration in the chairman's office, who called us in because they had complained about us. And we went in, the senior resident, me, I think, or somebody else. And so the chairman looked at us, and he started to get a grin on his face after he'd heard the story. He says, "You guys just be careful and get out of here." So that was another Charity Hospital story.